I'd said before, I don't know if you got it, I was like, this is going to be really quality footage for Jake to be going through.
I did hear
just like
that. Yeah.
dialing in.
The amount of
it's very interesting.
The amount of my internet issues that he's seen and witnessed on these things is just.
That's funny.
I think maybe he's sabotaging my internet and he just gets a kick out of it.
I mean, who knows?
It's a possibility.
It's possible. I'm not going to rule it out.
Hey, Sarah. Welcome to Meet the Team Monday.
Hello, Alex. How's it going?
It's going well on my end. Super excited to have you here. This one's a little different. I know most of our employees are SDRs, but you actually happen to be our VP of Client Success. Really excited to have you on. The first question, just to get started, I think it'd be really interesting to talk a little bit about your career path, how you started at demandDrive, and how you sort of got to where you are now.
Yeah, absolutely. So I graduated college nowadays I think at our company, I'm like the old person, but I graduated college in 2008, so right into a market crash, or the last market crash that we had. So I ended up bartending and managing a bar for a couple of years, just at a restaurant that I used to work at. And in order to get out, I was kind of like, sales might be interesting. And I started doing door-to-door sales for 2 years for telecom companies, both here and in Albuquerque, New Mexico. One of my friends actually had worked with a few original people at demandDrive, like first kind of 10 employees. So she had said like, oh, it seems like something that could be like up your alley, I guess, of what you've been doing recently. So I applied, I started, I was kind of employee number 11 or 12 or something at demandDrive. And I did the SDR role for about a year and a half and saw that there was a need for this kind of like client success program management layer outside of just like Dan and Lindsay. So me and one of the other women that I worked with, we kind of like took what we were already doing and adapted it and kind of built it out. And now 8 years later, here we are. That's kind of how I got to where I was and or I am now. So
awesome.
Yeah.
What a journey.
I don't know how interesting that is, but
no, you're good. Question number 2 for you. One's a little different. You mentioned, Albuquerque, New Mexico. We're all stuck inside right now. Not really allowed to travel too much outside of, our states or a region. I'd love to hear just like maybe a cool travel story you have or some of the places you've been.
Yeah. So yes, I lived in Albuquerque for a year. So that was definitely a cool experience, just witnessing some other completely different area than the Northeast in the US and being able to see for miles across the desert. So that was kind of a cool experience. They have a really like rich culture there also, and delicious food. Other than that, I studied abroad in London on my junior year of college. Within there, I traveled to Italy, kind of like the normal, I guess, experience being in Europe. But I also, actually senior year of college, I went on a service trip to Peru. So that was kind of a cool experience to really like go, and we were doing some like work on some of the lower income schools. They're like painting classrooms and setting things up and everything. So that was a cool experience to actually like witness that type of culture also. So yeah, I was really lucky in kind of that college time frame to be able to witness some different areas of the world. So I know my husband wants to travel like literally all over to the other places also, but maybe we'll do that in the near future. So
favorite for later. Once, post quarantine, everything will boom. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Sail around the world.
I'm not eager to get on an airplane anywhere anytime soon at this point. So
yeah,
we're good. No. We're good for now.
That's fair. Last question for you. Going to change it up a little bit. What's your favorite podcast?
My favorite podcast. I hadn't listened to podcasts I didn't really get into podcasts for years. And then which I think a lot of people know about, but I discovered the How I Built This podcast on NPR with Guy Raz. And it's like really, really interesting to me, kind of like hearing directly from these like founders of these name brands or large companies now, just like how they got there and how similar a lot of people's journeys are. And at the end of the podcast, he always asks, like, is this hard work or is it luck? And it's always interesting to kind of see how people answer that. And I think most of the time it's both. So it's kind of cool to see. And especially if you kind of have that like business mindset, just figuring out the ins and outs of these large companies. So
yeah, that's
one of my favorites, I think.
Nice. Bonus question. You're the VP of Client Success. Did you
get
there through luck or hard work?
Oh God, Alex, you really threw one in there. I mean, both, I hope. So I would say like working hard, obviously like in the SDR role, I tried to learn it as much as I could because I know that is our business. So kind of getting good at the SDR role, getting good at client management and strategy and everything like that, and really like learning and working hard and trying to figure out all the nuances of every one of our clients, but also luck. I mean, we're in a time now that a lot of people are considering like working with outside firms for their SDR function, and we've been able to build these like great programs and strategies and everything like that. So I think, long story short, my answer would be both hard work and luck.
Love to hear it. Awesome, Sarah.
Yeah, there it is. Yeah.
Thanks so much for hopping on with me. I'm sure I'll talk to you soon, but until then, have a great rest of your day.
Yeah. Thanks, Alex. Have a good one.